when I bought a fourplex just outside the high and mighty Cedar Ridge HOA development. I didn't expect to get dragged into a power war with their queen bee. I was just a landlord trying to keep up with the bills, make a little retirement income, and maybe enjoy some quiet country evenings. What I got was Karen Hallbrook, president of the Cedar Ridge HOA, self-proclaimed neighborhood steward, and part-time nuisance. She lived in a sprawling Tuscan-style monstrosity next to my property, close enough to toss a lemon into my tenants' backyards. At first, she limited herself to eye rolls and passive-aggressive notes. Your tenant's curtains clash with the exterior palette, and please consider HOA-friendly landscaping. I ignored her, but then I noticed something strange. One of my meters was spinning way too fast for what my tenants were using. I pay the utilities myself, so I monitor usage like a hawk. I walked the property, opened up the utility box. That's when I saw it. A gray extension cable, sloppily tucked under some mulch, running out from my outdoor panel, over the hedge, and straight into Karen's side yard. It was plugged into her pool heater. I followed the cord, jaw clenched, until I saw it split off to power her patio lights, a fridge, and even a koi pond pump. This wasn't just a mistake. This was theft. I calmly unplugged everything. Then I removed the outlet entirely and sealed the box. The next day, Karen stormed over like a tornado in designer flats. "You disconnected my equipment," she shouted. "That's vandalism." I smiled. "No, Karen. You were stealing power from my property. That's a felony." She gasped like I slapped her. "You can't prove that." "Oh, I can," I said, pulling out my phone. Photos, video, time-stamped meter readings, and a full log sent to the power company. She narrowed her eyes, then stormed off. 10 minutes later, she called 911. I kid you not. I was sitting on my porch sipping iced tea when Deputy Sam Rollins pulled up, lights off, calm as could be. He stepped out of his cruiser, gave me a nod, and said, "Karen called it in. Said you cut off her essential services. Want to explain before I waste my time?" I grinned. "Check this out." I showed him the footage, the extension cord, the drain on the meter, Karen's yelling caught on audio from my property camera. Sam whistled and chuckled. "Well, this'll be fun." He walked next door. Karen was already outside, arms crossed like she was ready for a courtroom victory. "Deputy, I want him arrested for property interference," she said. Sam paused. Then he said the words that made my whole week. "Karen, you realize I rent apartment number 2 from him, right? He's my landlord." Her face dropped like a brick in a well. "What?" Sam smirked. "Yeah. So, unless you want to explain to the sheriff's office why you tapped into a rental property's power without permission, I'd suggest walking this one back." She turned beet red, sputtered something about a misunderstanding, and disappeared inside without another word. That evening, I got a call from Cedar Ridge's HOA legal rep, very apologetic, very nervous. They offered to pay me $800 for unintentional usage, and Karen sent a written apology that was clearly drafted by someone with a law degree and zero sense of humor. I cashed the check. A week later, I installed motion lights and security cameras pointed directly at the hedges. The sign I added says, "High voltage private power. Trespassers will be charged." Double meaning intended. Karen hasn't looked my way since. And Deputy Rollins? He gets a 10% discount on rent for life. Not just because he backed me up, but because his reaction when Karen realized who he was? Priceless.